So in the year 2013, there was the iPhone 5S and the Samsung Galaxy S4, but there was actually a new but kind of old small kid on the block, and that was the BlackBerry Z10 phone. So in this video, we're going to see whether we can still use that BlackBerry Z10 in 2021. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So first, let's take a quick look on the outside of the phone. When you take a look at the phone, you of course have the 3.5mm headphone jack, a power button, some volume buttons, a micro USB port and a mini HDMI port. So not that much, but does the trick. Alongside this, taking a look at the back of the phone, it actually has an 8-megapixel camera. So not a bad camera considering when this phone actually came out. One of the coolest things, and something I didn't even know about the BlackBerry Z10, is it was actually one of the first and last BlackBerries to have the BlackBerry OS X software. Now of course this is because afterwards BlackBerry ended up taking the Android route, and to be honest that makes sense because I guess this software wasn't quite working for them. But an interesting fact about the phone there. In terms of the actual software, it reminds me a little bit like Android. As a non-Android user, and I'm very conscious that I'm saying this as somebody who tends to use an iPhone, but some of the gestures actually seem quite similar, and the way you tend to operate it, the way you swipe things and the widgets just seem that little bit similar, which I guess really isn't a bad thing as Android is a pretty good operating system. So this phone costs around £140 at the time, so when you think about it, it actually wasn't that expensive for what you're getting on the phone. And I guess when you think about phones such as the iPhone 5 or the Samsung Galaxy S4, at that point they would have been way more expensive. So in a way, even comparing them to these is quite hard to do and probably a bit harsh. So like most older BlackBerries, you can use the BlackBerry World Store, and like any BlackBerry used in 2021, it doesn't work. But I guess there's a kind of solution because you can use the Amazon App Store. To be completely honest with you, the options on the Amazon App Store aren't that great, and I probably wouldn't recommend using it. You can get some bits, but most bits now don't even work because it is no longer supported. But having that option there is in a way good, but is it usable in 2021? Well, probably not. One of the really good things though about the BlackBerry Z10 in 2021 is the fact that you can still watch YouTube videos. So that means if you want to watch some of the newest TechFusions videos, you actually can on this BlackBerry, which is pretty cool because you never quite know with BlackBerries. Sometimes it works and sometimes it just really doesn't work at all. So at least if you were to use it in 2021, you could use it for YouTube. So what else can you actually do on this phone in 2021? Well, I guess the most obvious thing is you can take photos on it. This camera actually is 8 megapixels, which isn't too bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, the photo quality is not great by any means, but it's not the worst either. And I guess when you look at it like that, it's not too bad. I only paid £25 for this phone, and when I think about that, it does what you would need it to do if you don't need to do that much on your phone. So for cameras, it's okay, not great, but it works. Of course you can call and text on this phone, but anything that's probably pretty standard on any other phone you can get. And would you buy this phone just for that? Well, probably not. So overall, would I use this phone in 2021? And I guess the obvious answer is no, but I do find it really interesting to see where BlackBerry came from, because one of the things that I felt was missing with this phone is the QWERTY keyboard, which BlackBerries are very much known for. Anyone who used the BlackBerry knows kind of by this point, this is when it was almost like the end of BlackBerry and their keyboards weren't there, and they were trying to compete with what was already a great market for iPhones and Android. And I guess that's the sad thing. If you love BlackBerries like us, it is quite sad to see how they kind of went down over that long period of time. But at the same time, they just couldn't compete. And even then, would I have chosen iPhone 5S or a BlackBerry? Well, The answer is pretty obvious, as I did end up owning an iPhone 5S. If you enjoyed this video, we would love it if you give the video a thumbs up. It really is appreciated and really helps get our channel out to a bigger audience. And if you're new to our channel, we make videos around Blackberries like this one and lots of other things such as electric scooters, gimbals and much more. So if you love tech like us, hit that subscribe button. This was Jack from TechFusions. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next TechFusions video.